Hello. Hello,
Hello,
student.
teacher.
Yes, how are you?
Good, sir.
You're welcome.
Hello.
I think your teacher is still in the way. He has already come in. Hello?
Not yet.
Yeah. Now he's coming in, I think, for pure math. And I wanted to know where you stopped. Those of you, my name is Mr. Ruama Hamza. And I teach in Nabisusa Girls School and Gombe Secondary School. And I teach both physics and math. So we are tasked to come and run the system of Nagalama. So you see that we shall have some co-teaching with some teachers. I think you've already seen that. And then sometimes in case the teacher cannot make it, I will be able to show up or another teacher can show up so that he can help you out in one way or the other. So I wanted to first know, which areas had you covered so far in pure math? As I try to trace him here.
Indices and logarithms.
Indices and logarithms?
Even we are soon done with trigonometry. We had finished trigonometry. We were remaining with only differentiation of trig functions.
Because he was telling me that he's going to first come and I think either finalize trig or review trig, one of the items, either that. So I'm trying to trace here. That's all you had done in pure math.
We had even reached this part of
teacher. We looked at
reduction.
differentiation 1, the UPM, and we also looked at integration up to volumes of
revolution.
Volume of something. Yes, volumes of revolution.
Even proof by induction. Permutations. Also, we were done with series.
Okay, that is nice to hear. I'm trying to look for your teacher's number so that we can see where we can start from. Those are the pure math topics you covered only? So as he was telling me that he wants to review trig, I need to know if there are any challenging problems in trigonometry as yet. You have some challenging numbers of trigonometry that I can talk about as we wait for him.
Inverse trig functions.
Inverse trig functions. The inverse trig functions.
Yes.
Doing what? Differentiating them or what?
No, that beginning part, because we hadn't reached differentiation.
Mm.
But there's that part of solving them and getting, okay, that beginning
Solving
part
them
is
and
somewhere.
getting there. Hey, I didn't move with my. You have a question with you there? You read it.
No,
You know,
I don't have as of now.
the ones which come like this, for example, sign in, maybe sign arc or tan inverse. 3 plus tan inverse of 4 is equal to maybe 7.
Yes.
Oh, I need a question which is better than this one. Anyone with a question bank there, or with Tranta, or with Backhouse 2? I will say I'm going to send some textbooks in the groups. I'll send Backhouse 1, 2, Understanding, Humphrey. I'll send also some start books, then some past papers as well, and seminar questions, so that we can be in position to try them. Hello? Ndi munyonyo. Mvaako nze ndi muze mu kirasi. Kiki? Nange sirina. Sirina. Nja kuddira, kankuddire. MTN yo. Waya. The teacher says he's already here. Mr. Kabugo. Mr. Kabugo, then is he here? Or is in another class? Let me raise him.
Teacher is in class now.
He's in class,
Yes, he's inside.
Okay. I think I'm even calling his phone to put him off network. I need to give him rights. Let me see. Oh, it must be this one. Okay. He has gone off. Mr. Kabugo, how many math students are you supposed to be?
Over 100.
Over 100. We are 94 so far. Okay, the number is good to start. Mr. Kabugo. Hello, Mr. Kabugo. You can't hear me.
He has not yet connected his audio.
Wait for him. I wanted to have. Then also the other thing is you have to share with your friends, those who are not yet on the class groups, share their numbers to us so that we can have the way we access them. Mr. Kabugo, is that you?
Teacher, I didn't hear what you said.
I was saying share with your friends, and then you share the numbers. Mr. Kabugo, are you there? Mr. Kabugo. He's now the what?
The signal is poor.
His signal is poor. Can you hear me? Because I wanted him to send us some numbers.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Kabugo, we can hear you.
Hello.
Are the girls there? How come they're silent? No one even mentioned the topic. Mr. Kabugo? Mr. Kabugo? At least can you see me? Yes?
Yes, please.
Hey, I wanted you to share with me some of the numbers you are saying you wanted to review with for trigonometry. Because learners have said we can review inverse of trig functions as we start off. Today's lesson is basically to take us through. I think by tomorrow we should be more set to have the number, to have ourselves run effectively. Mr. Kabugo, make me host again. Then I can check with my computer. Mr. Kabugo, make me host again. Mr. Kabugo, go to participants. Go to participants and then click on my go to participants and click on click on the left. There are 3 dots there, and then it says make him host. Then you make me host again.
Yes, I'm looking.
So you make me co-host. Mr. Kabugo, have you made me host again? Mr. Kabugo, make me co-host. Okay. Yeah. These have been remade host. Let me.
Ha, Daudi kati oba oli mutegeeza ki? Oyagala kunsindikira ku byakulya?
Please mute your mic.
Oba oli mutegeeza ki? Kirabika oyagala kunsindikira ku byakulya.
Nixon, stop overlapping.
Hello?
Hey, has anyone got a question bank with you?
Yeah.
You look for us some numbers on inverse of trig functions. I'm trying to trace them here. I can't find them. So we draw directly. Huh? Hey.
Teacher. Teacher.
Yes, please.
Some numbers, please.
You have some numbers. Can you send them on my WhatsApp line? My WhatsApp line is 0782 855 672. Send them on my WhatsApp line. Not all of you learned trig functions. What do you mean? Are you saying some strings never had trig functions?
No.
So you're saying some streams never had trig functions?
Yes, teacher. Physical Stockton.
You Stockton?
We haven't yet learned them.
Formula.
Other formula.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then others?
They never learned.
At all, anything.
On our formula, never learned.
Yeah, you've never learned of the other formula. Okay.
Yes.
We can also review that.
Teacher,
let me arrange that. Yes,
we actually two streams, two different math classes. There's one for teacher.
Yes. It's okay then.
Teacher.
Yes, please. Yes, please. So on that note, let us review the other formula. If some guys, I've even seen a chat, someone saying that they have not covered at all what? Inverse of trig
Teacher?
functions. Yes, please.
Teacher, there are actually two math classes. There's one for physical class and then a biological class.
The biological science.
And okay.
And what?
And the biological science did stopped on that factor formula. We didn't go ahead into all these other things.
Okay, we shall have all that covered. Now, since your teachers will be coming in, some of those areas, like for example, those if you say one class never covered this, you will let me know, and I arrange an extra class for that special class, so that they can also have them what? They can be covered. Okay, so the two streams, please, liars, and let me know which stream covered what and which one never covered what, so that when I'm arranging extra lessons, and you do this in all subjects, you inform the teachers so that they can design for you extra what? Extra classes. For other classes also to complete. I was still checking here in my back house one. Yes, I've got trigonometry. Where are you? Here you are. Page 340. So we are going to review right now. We are going to review other formula. And in other formula, we solve numbers using the same technique, just like we solve numbers which are similar to numbers we solve with T formula. And in that case, it requires you to know the idea of compound angles. So first of all, one needs to be in position to remember that if you have an expansion of sine of A plus or minus B, this is the same as sine A cos of B plus or minus sine of B cos of A. Then if it's cosine, you should recall that if you have A plus or minus B, this is the same as cos of A cos of B minus or plus sine of A sine of B. So if you have that idea in your head, then the other formula can be part of you. Otherwise, if you don't have those reviews, the other formula may be a little bit of a challenge for you to interpret. So where is my other formula? Yes, the formula, then here we are. Okay, got it. You said, because which group is this? Senior 5. But your WhatsApp group is still mixed. Eh? I think I'll get a link for the senior 5 sciences only, so that because if you post so many things there, people will get confused. So we are going to design a group for senior 5 sciences only, so that people can be in position to access it. So I'm sending the charts right away for the screenshots I've made, so that you can have these numbers. So the other formula talks about functions of the form. Like for example, A cos B plus maybe B sine of B, the same angle. These are the kinds of expressions that we can use to define the other formula. And if you see statements which are in that form, it can come as an expression. It can also come as an trigonometrical equation. An expression is one without an equal sign. Then if it has an equal sign, it becomes an equation. So they come in so many different ways. So you should be in position to handle whatever case has been presented, whether to express it or to express the function in other form, or express the equation you have in other form and then solve whatever they're asking for. You can ask you to solve for theta. Someone should mute. I think one of them, you've already seen them.
Nixon, mute your mic.
Someone should mute their mic. Okay, so here we go. We have this. Is there a math WhatsApp group? We can add this the math WhatsApp group. We are going to make one so that we can post all our mathematics there. But it required us to first have what we have right now. Sorry, my phone has frozen a little. And then also, those of us who don't have scientific calculators, you shall need to have to download the Real Max Scientific Calculator. You go to the Google app and download Real Max Scientific Calculator. Those of us without calculators. At the same point, if you have a soft copy of a book or a hard copy of a book, always be with it. For those of us with soft copies, you can always take screenshots for easier access of our books. Otherwise, if you have it in soft copy all the time, when you open WhatsApp, it has to go back. So you always have to get a challenge of finding those pages you want. I want to look for an example here so that we can start with it. But before we go for an example, the other formula states that unless if you have an expression A, cos of theta, plus B, sine of theta, then you can let this expression be equal to R, sine of theta, plus another angle, say maybe alpha. This is also another key important definition in this identity. What does it require? It requires us to know the compound formula for sine. Whereby, if I expand the other side, I will have A cos theta plus B sine of theta. It's going to give us R sine of theta cos of alpha plus R sine of alpha cos of theta. Then from this, identify which one is. If you see this as cos theta, where is cos theta? It is right here. It implies that the coefficient on that cos theta is going to be the same as the coefficient on cos theta on the left-hand side. Therefore, this implies that A is equal to R sine of alpha. And this can be equation 1. Then also identify, you have sine of theta. What is attached to sine of theta is cos of alpha and R. So come and express B in terms of R cosine of alpha. Then you can call this equation 2. So when you realize that, you can square and have Roman 1 squared plus Roman 2 squared for solving. As you solve, you'll have S squared plus B squared is equal to R squared sine squared alpha plus R squared of cos squared alpha. When you realize this, you'll have S squared plus B squared is actually equal to R squared, because this is 1. So in this case, you can always get R from the square root of S squared plus B squared. Yes, Mr. Kabugo. Yes. Mr. Kabugo, is your network stable now? I think it's not yet stable.
Hello?
Other ways we can have this is by saying if I divide Roman 1,
Hello?
I can divide. Yes, please. Yes, Mr. Kabuko. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Very well now.
Well done. Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Has your network stabilized?
I was saying, probably.
We can't hear you anymore.
Maybe they're fair now. You can proceed, then improve that. You can't hear me.
Pardon?
You can't hear me.
Now we can hear you.
You cannot hear me.
No, we can hear you now. I can hear you.
Teacher, you proceed.
Okay. So I was saying, guys, there is another way we can have this also sorted. By saying if I divide Roman 1 by Roman 2, that will be R sine alpha divided by R cos alpha. Some two students have put up their hands. Please proceed and ask.
Excuse me, teacher, mine is a concern. I'm kindly requesting the guys whose microphones are unmuted should mute.
Guys, if you're not asking anything, please mute your mic. There's another person who had raised their hand. Also, go ahead.
Oh my.
Okay, if we proceed, I can divide off this R with that one. Then I confirm tan alpha is equal to A over B. And through this, one can see that this forms a right angle triangle of A and B. Then the resultant here is always R. So if this is alpha, so alpha can be got from tan inverse of A out of B. This is the third equation I can derive. So when someone gets alpha, you always bring it back up there, where you had F cos of theta plus B sine of theta. You substitute the value of R, which is R, is S squared plus B squared sine of theta plus alpha, which you have got. Then from there, I'll show you how we can solve. But basically, this is the general layout of the definitions that arise when you are using the R what? The R formula. So with that, those definitions, you can note them down, or you can actually noting down takes longer. So you take a screenshot. You take a screenshot, then you will write them down later, so that you can have the question to hand right now. Otherwise, this is airtime, this is media. So when you waste a lot of time writing like we do in class, it will not be enough for us to do that. John Pa, please mute your mic. The girls, I don't know whether you're in class. I have not had any voice coming from a lady. Are you there?
I'm there, teacher.
How come you're waiting for examples? Okay. Here they are. So we have a question there. It says solve the equation that for theta degrees is equal to 0 up to 360 degrees inclusive. That is our first example. So have it down because I want to go to the next page. So can I go to the next page? Can I flip?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
Yes, teacher. So our question was reading 3 cos of theta plus cosine of theta is equal to 2. And we have been asked to use the other what? The other formula. So the first statement is to let the left-hand side, which is equal to 3 cos theta plus cosine of theta be equal to r sine of theta plus alpha. The ladies, when I said where you are lost, I didn't mean that you come and chat. Please mute your mics. Girls, please mute your mics. When you let the whole of the r sine theta plus alpha,
You can.
guys, that is what happens when you ask women why they are quiet. They decide to start talking. Ladies, I'll take you back in case you have missed this page. You can always get that page, don't worry. What are their names so that I can mute them? I don't even see them. Okay, let me mute. That is one. There's another one also here. Mute. Yes. I think we have muted them. Okay, so guys, I was saying you let the left-hand side be equal to r sine of theta plus alpha. So you expand now the right-hand side. This will give us 3 cos of theta plus 4 sine of theta. When you expand the right-hand side, you're going to get r. Expand sine using compound angles. Sine of theta, cos of alpha, plus sine of alpha, cos of theta. Remember, I told you you have to get the coefficients of cos theta and the coefficient of sine theta. So the coefficient of cos theta is what? Cos theta is right here. And cos theta here is right there. So we have these 3, we have this sine and the r. So I can say r sine of alpha has now been equated to 3 to give us equation 1. Then I can also extract out cos alpha as a coefficient on sine alpha. Our sine alpha is here. On the right-hand side also we have sine alpha. I can extract out the coefficient on sine alpha as r cos alpha. So I'll get r cosine of alpha is equal to 4. From this knowledge, and from the knowledge of what we have discussed before, we had already seen that r is actually equal to a squared plus b squared under the square root. So if you already know that, you don't need to waste time. So you can say r is equal to the root of 3 squared plus 4 squared, which R gives us what? 25. And this will confirm a what? 5. Then likewise, remember, we could get tan alpha from 3 over 4. That is by dividing Roman 1 divided by Roman what? 2. So can you get me alpha? Alpha is tan arc of 3 over 4. Please confirm what alpha is.
That is 6.85.
That is
That's
6.87.
6.8687.
Yeah, 87.
That's 6.87.
Yeah.
6.8?
Yeah.
6.87.
No, wait, there's something I've not done right here. Okay. The coefficient on sine theta is R cos alpha, which is a 4. I think we are right. The coefficient on cos theta is a 3, and cos theta here has R sine alpha. So you've said we get what?
We are right. We are right.
We get what?
That's 6.87.
That is 6.87 degrees. Now, because we've got R and we have got alpha, come back to this statement up here. See that statement? Come back up there and resubstitute the values you have attained. When you substitute, you have R. We have seen that R sine theta plus alpha is actually 3 cos of theta plus 4 sine of theta. So I'll substitute my R, which is 5 sine of theta plus alpha, which is 36.87. The whole of this is equal to this expression. But that expression was equivalent to 2 as per the question. Therefore, this is going to be equal to 2. So with that reason, sine of theta plus 36.87 is going to be equal to 2 out of 5. With this, you'll get theta plus 36.87 is equal to sine arc of 2 out of 5. Press the calculator and get the sine inverse of 0.4.
$23.58.
23.58.
$23.58.
8.
So with this, make this, wait. When you make this crossover, what shall we have? But before we proceed, we need to get other angles. By using, all students take cocaine. Especially those who unmute themselves without the teacher's sponsor. All students take cocaine. If the first angle here is 23.58, it lies here. If it lies there, it is right here. The second angle will lie here in the second quadrant where sine is positive by subtracting off 180 degrees. So the next angle is got by saying 180 degrees minus 23.58. That is the same as what? 156.42. Confirm with your calc.
Yes, it's right.
156.42.
156.42.
And that is the first revolution. Now the second revolution, When you come here, this was 23.58. When you add on 360 in the second revolution, you'll get 100. You get 383.58. Right? Now, you do this before you bring this value. Learners have to normally make this error. They move this value, then they get other angles of theta. Other angles are got the moment you get the sine arc. So therefore, finally, theta will become 23.58 minus 36.87. What does that give us? It's a negative, eh? Titus, your hand is up.
Teacher, what range are we following on your?
We are following the range of 0 to 360 because they said, what is it? We are moving from 0 degrees, that's equal to theta. You see that?
I'm saying we have 383.
Eh? You have 383. Student, what are you? Because this value is going to move this way and subtract it off. That is why I did not go for the other bigger values. But otherwise, I could have gone for the 450 here. Sorry, for the 540 here. Then you subtract off, but that will be already out of the range. So when you subtract 23.58, what do you get?
Negative 13.29.
Negative 13.29.
Then the next one, subtract 156.42 minus 36.87. What do you get?
119.55. 119.55.
0.5 what?
55.
Then this one. This one